What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Look, we're gonna go over this, break it down a little bit. I'm using my phone right now. Eventually I'll be using other things. But let's go into it. Mac Jones was 12 of 21 for 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. He had a fumble. 25 carries for 53 yards. Hunter Henry was the best out of all the receivers for 4 for 51. Nobody else really did anything. Jones had a fumble. Defense, Kyle Duggar and Miles Bryant did good with tackles. They had 3 sacks, and it was against backups. No interceptions. Negative 2 yards on punt returns. Let's compare that with the Cowboys. Prescott was 28 of 34 for 261. 1 touchdown, no picks. We like that. Cooper Rush 2 for 2 for 20. No touchdowns, no picks. Tony Pollard was 11 for 47. 1 for 46 for Cavante Turpin. Lamb had some rushing yards. And total 30 carries for 124 yards and touchdown. Jake Ferguson, his biggest game, 7 for 77. So he's starting to get going. 5 for 60 for Gallup, he's starting to get rolling. 4 for 53 for Tolbert, he's starting to get rolling. 4 for 36 for Lamb. 4 for 27 for Cooks. And Screenmaker not making much of an impact, but they'll get him rolling too. Had a sack by Dante Fowler and Sam Williams. The Sam Williams effect can be felt by Micah Parsons. Micah pretty much let him clean that one up. Micah was all over the field. He got a little banged up, but even towards the end, he refused to come out of the game. That guy is just a beast. Bland stepped up again, 2 picks. He had a great day, shut down their best receiver. Not much in the return game, but Brandon Arbery was 3 for 3 for field goals again, 33 long, and 3 for 3 on extra points. That's what we like to see. The Cowboys defense was just dominating. Did not look good on the first drive, but after that, they really got together and they bounced back. Usually after a loss like that to an inferior team, which Arizona is, they proved that with how they got whooped by the 49ers. Dallas will struggle and let an opponent like the Patriots, who are not playing well and don't have a lot of talent, stick around a little bit longer than they should. So they put them away early and often. 38-3 the final score. Prescott was good. Prescott just keeps getting better. They were a little better in the red zone. Still has some things to clean up. It's going to be a tough one next week. San Francisco is a much better opponent. Huge challenge, but it's going to be interesting. Sadly, the Eagles won. The Commanders just couldn't hold it together at the end there. But they showed how weak their defense is by letting the Commanders score that many points on them, 31. And it took overtime for the Eagles to win, so yeah. I don't think the Eagles are as good as they were last year. And I think they were overhyped on defense last year. I like Jalen Carter and the new D tackle from last year and all, but secondary is very sus at best. And one of their better secondary players is in Detroit. Of course, he's out for the season, but he's with Detroit. So, it's going to be a tough one next week. That should be an exciting game. The 49ers are playing good football, great football, really. The Cowboys are back on track after a great start. Had a little slip on the banana, but unfortunately, our offensive line is, I don't know how healthy they're going to be next week. Zach Martin limped off the field a little bit, but seemed to be okay. Parsons is a little banged up. Hopefully we have most of our offensive line back, and clearly we need Willetsko or Josh Ball or somebody to step up a tackle when Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith are out. Chuma Edoga is not a tackle. Stop playing him at tackle. For the love of God, just stop it. Get some help. It's not going to work. It didn't work in Atlanta. It's not going to work here. He's a guard. He's a very good guard. Good free agent pickup at guard. Guard. Left guard, right guard, whatever. Probably left guard. Absolutely not at tackle. If they put him out there at tackle again, I'm going to lose my mind. He was awful at tackle. Great at guard. Play to your strengths, you know. Terrence Steele was, I think, the only starting offensive lineman out there yesterday. I didn't see Tyler Smith, and I'm not sure why they're trying to work Tyler Smith in at guard instead of just playing him at tackle. Tyron Smith, I don't know when he's going to come back, if he's going to come back. He just keeps getting banged up and hurt. If we're going to put Tyler Smith at guard and keep him there, which I think he'll play great at, then we seriously need to consider drafting franchise left tackle, bookend tackle next year somehow, or getting one in free agency, something, or trading. A lot of people have talked about, the Cowboys are going to trade for Devontae Adams. I would not. We have Gallup, we have Cooks, we have Lamb, we have Tolbert, Durden, if he ever comes along, Devontae Turpin. I don't see the need for that. That'd be really a waste of a trade. If I'm trading for something, I'd really love to trade for Kansas City's George Karlaftis, but they're not going to do that. Maybe Arizona's Cameron Thomas. I liked him. I would try to go get him. Go get Khalil Mack from the Chargers. Anybody. Possibly Sam Hubbard from the Bengals. A good defensive lineman to help pass rush, pick up the pass rush a little bit. And maybe somebody younger if you can. Because DeMarcus Lawrence is getting closer to retirement than he is playing for another 5 or 10 years, unfortunately. Fowler is just a free agent pickup. He's not going to be around forever. Sam Williams, you don't know, he's a second-round pick. They don't always turn out well. Maybe he will. But even so, if he does turn out well, you'll need somebody to pair with him, because Parsons, I would keep him at linebacker and keep him as just a rusher. Move him around, let him do his thing. Don't try to box him, put him in a box, and make him a bookend D-end. I would keep him as kind of the ghost blitzer, the ghost havoc wreaker, the wrecking ball. That's what I want to call him, the wrecking ball. Let him do his thing, whether it's in coverage, rushing the pass, or whatever. Let him do his thing. That's kind of what the Giants did with Lawrence Taylor. Let him do his thing. Let him be the disruptor. You don't know where he's going to be. Just move him around. Make people guess. Yeah. Maybe trade for a corner in case, in an unfortunate event, and I pray to God this doesn't happen, Gilmore or Bland go down. I haven't seen enough from Deshaun Wright. I'm hoping maybe he can do something. I liked him, but I haven't seen it. The guy we got from the Dolphins, I feel a little better about after the first game, but You know, if we can get a guy like the kid from Chicago, Jalen, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but he's really good. He's 24. If we can get him, and then when Diggs comes back, you got him, Diggs. If Gilmore decides to retire, you got Bland. And if Nashawn Wright goes, you draft another guy next year, and, you know, you're a little ahead of the game. Or trade for one of the Jets corners. You're not getting Sauce Gardner, so you can forget that. The Broncos start losing again, maybe they'll let us trade for Surtain. I doubt it, but you never know. Giants lose tonight. Maybe they'll let us trade for Deontay Banks, the Maryland corner. I like him. He's pretty decent, but just bad team. Yeah, I don't know, but I would linebacker, edge rusher, offensive lineman. If you find a bookend tackle and trade for him, I mean, another defensive lineman, linebacker, corner, safety maybe not, but you know, running back maybe. I'm not trading for Taylor because you're going to run into the same situation you had with Elliott, where you're going to have to overpay him, and I hope we don't do that again. I think Pollard's going out for this year, and we draft a guy next year in the first, second, third, whatever. But I definitely would not trade for a receiver. Tight end, I think we're pretty good at. Ferguson's coming along. McEwen's still pretty good, I think. Hendershot, he'll come back healthy. I think we got enough there, and Schoonmaker's done okay. So his age bothers me a little bit, but I like our tight end room. I think the John Stevens Jr. kid, I think they'll end up moving him to receiver. So I don't think that's an option at tight end. I think they'll end up they've got him listed as receiver, so I don't know. Anyway, guys, Cowboys did a great job. I'm impressed. Usually when we're down this many offensive linemen and we lose our star corner and other players are getting banged up and all, it just unravels. Rico Dowdle, he's done again. He's hurt his hip again. That guy's been around so long. I don't know what's going to happen with him. We got to start getting some younger guys that can stick around and play at running back, because Ezekiel Elliott's not coming back through that door and being the bookend running back anymore. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and hopefully the Cowboys win next week. I'm going to be rooting for them. I'm going to be picking them. It's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. It'll probably be the closest game of the season and one of the hardest, because they have a great defense too and a pretty damn good offense and a good head coach. So there's probably going to be a lot of 49ers fans. So, yep. Share everything else. Remember, I'm trying to get 100 subscribers. When I do, I'm going to give away a jersey or a hat or something of whatever your team is. So keep that in mind. Yeah. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.